The Dream of Prophet Joseph, a journey of patience and hope. Welcome back to Relief, a channel where we help you increase your happy hormones and guide you into peaceful sleep. Close your eyes and let the world fade away as we take you on a journey through time. Tonight, feel the warmth of a timeless story as we delve into the inspiring tale of Prophet Joseph. In a time long ago, in a beautiful land where the hills were golden with grain and the rivers flowed gently under the warm sun, lived a young boy named Joseph, Yusuf. He was the son of Jacob, Yaqub, a wise and loving man, and had many brothers. Joseph was different from his brothers. He was gentle, kind-hearted, and had a light in his eyes that spoke of goodness and peace. One night, while the world around him was asleep, Joseph had a dream. It was a dream like no other, filled with the glow of the moon, the warmth of the sun, and the twinkling of 11 stars. In the dream, he saw the sun, the moon, and 11 stars bowing down to him. Joseph woke up with a heart full of wonder and went to his father, Jacob, to share this beautiful dream. Jacob listened to his young son with a knowing smile, his eyes full of love and care. He gently placed his hand on Joseph's shoulder and said, "My dear son, this dream is a sign of something great, but keep it in your heart and do not share it with your brothers, for they may not understand." Jacob knew that Joseph was destined for great things, but he also knew that the journey would not be easy. As the days passed, Joseph's brothers grew jealous of the love their father had for him. They could not see the purity of Joseph's heart or the goodness within him. One day, they decided to take him far from home and leave him in a deep, dark well, hoping that their father's love would turn to them instead. They took Joseph into the wilderness, and when they found a hidden well, they gently lowered him down. As Joseph sank into the darkness, he felt fear grip his heart, but he prayed quietly, knowing that he was not alone. In the darkness of the well, Joseph listened to the gentle trickle of water echoing against the stone walls, and he found a small measure of peace. He thought of his father's face, of the dream he had seen, and of the stars that had bowed to him. Even in the loneliness, he held on to the hope that one day he would find his way back to the light. As Joseph waited, his prayers were answered. A passing caravan of travelers, seeking water, found him in the well. They gently lifted him out, amazed at their discovery. The travelers took him with them to Egypt, where he was sold as a servant. It was a new place with towering palm trees, vast rivers, and the hum of bustling markets. Despite the change, Joseph kept his heart calm and trusted in the plan that was unfolding, like a flower slowly opening under the warmth of the sun. In Egypt, Joseph found himself in the house of a kind-hearted man who saw Joseph's gentle nature. Joseph grew older and wiser, and his goodness shone brightly. But his journey was not without trials. One day, he faced a great test when he was falsely accused of wrongdoing and sent to prison. The walls of the prison were cold, but Joseph's heart remained warm with faith. He made friends with the other prisoners, and his presence brought them peace. In the quiet of the prison nights, he would sit under the small window that let in a sliver of moonlight, and he would reflect on his life, finding comfort in the memories of his father and the dream that had stayed with him all these years. During his time in prison, Joseph became known for his ability to interpret dreams, a gift from God. He listened to the dreams of those around him, offering them words of wisdom and hope. One day, the king of Egypt had a troubling dream: 7 fat cows being eaten by 7 lean ones, and 7 healthy ears of grain consumed by 7 thin ones. The king's advisors could not understand the dream, but one of Joseph's former companions from prison remembered his wisdom and brought Joseph before the king. Joseph listened carefully to the king's dream and, with a calm voice, explained that it foretold 7 years of plenty followed by 7 years of drought. He advised the king to store grain during the years of abundance, to save for the difficult years that would follow. The king, seeing the wisdom in Joseph's words, made him a trusted advisor and placed him in charge of the land's stores. As the years passed, Joseph's guidance helped Egypt through the years of famine. People from distant lands came seeking help, including his own brothers, who did not recognize the man standing before them as their long-lost brother. Joseph treated them with kindness, though they did not know him. and his heart was filled with both joy and longing. Eventually, when Joseph revealed his identity to his brothers, their hearts trembled with shame and regret. But Joseph, with tears in his eyes and a heart full of love, spoke gently to them. "There is no blame on you today. May God forgive you, for he is the most merciful." Joseph embraced his brothers, and their hearts softened, finding forgiveness and understanding. Joseph invited his father Jacob and his entire family to come live with him in Egypt. When Jacob arrived, weak with age but filled with joy at seeing his beloved son again, Joseph held him close. And on that day, the sun, the moon, and his 11 brothers stood around Joseph, just as he had seen in his dreams so many years before. As they gathered together, surrounded by fields of golden grain swaying gently in the breeze, Joseph knew that every step of his journey had been guided by a higher plan. The hardships had been like the night, but they had given way to a beautiful dawn. Joseph stood with his family, looking up at the same stars he had seen in his dream, feeling a deep sense of peace settle over him. Under the warm light of the sun, Joseph and his family lived out their days in happiness and harmony, with the knowledge that patience, forgiveness, and faith can turn even the darkest nights into the brightest mornings. And whenever he looked back on his life, Joseph felt the same calm he had found in the well, the prison, and the fields of Egypt. A calm that came from knowing that he had never been alone, not even for a moment. This retelling of the story of Prophet Joseph is designed to emphasize the themes of patience, forgiveness, and faith, with calming descriptions and a steady pace that can help listeners feel relaxed. The focus on nature, the night sky, and moments of quiet reflection creates a peaceful atmosphere that can help ease stress and guide listeners into a restful state.